All right, sorry for the delay. We're going to proceed with roll call. Myself, Paul Collins Hackett, will be presiding over tonight's meeting. Mr. Person. Mr. Dare.
Present.
Mr. Hamilton.
Present.
Mr. Logan.
Present.
Mr. Singletary.
Present.
Ms. Morris. Thank you so much. With that, we'll move to the approval of our October meeting minutes. Can I have a motion to approve? Motion made by Victor.
I second.
Logan seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. I'm going to abstain.
Any opposed?
No
And any
opposed.
abstentions?
Yeah, I'm abstaining just because I wasn't around and I just don't feel comfortable.
Sounds good. So we can note that Board Member Hamilton has abstained from the approval of the October meeting minutes. We will now transition into our public comment period. There is 3 minutes per person. Our board will listen and not respond. However, everyone in the community does have an opportunity to schedule additional meetings for follow-up conversations. If there's anyone from the public that would like to comment, either in person or online, please make a note of that, and we'll be sure to allow you that time. No sign-ups in person. We have some people who just arrived. In case you're looking to make public comment, now is the time. No? All right, we're good to go. Anybody online, Garrett? Thank you so much. We'll move forward. Communications from the City of Albany. I understand we have a report from OPS. It's Ben. Give us 1 second, Ben. We're working on our audio here. Sorry about that. All right, Ben, can you try one more time, please?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, you're a little low. We're going to work on your volume, but we can hear you.
All right, I can just try to talk louder. Does that help?
One more time, please. I think we'll get the audio right. We hit the sweet spot.
Sounds good. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Detective Lieutenant Ben Peterson with the Office of Professional Standards. I started in this position in November, so I'm going to be meeting a lot of you guys in person once I get out to the Common Council and to your office for the next meeting. So as far as updates from our office, I can tell you since the last meeting on October 8th, we've had 22 new community complaints opened, and we have since closed 7 of those. And then as far as any other updates from our office, tell me the format, tell me what information is usually given, and I'll make sure I can share that with you.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Ben, and welcome to your role. We look forward to working with you. And I remember your efforts from LEAD, and I genuinely appreciate how you move with integrity. So welcome to the team.
Yep. Looking forward to working with everyone, and Paul, looking forward to working with you again.
All right, moving forward, we have a report from our program director, Garrett Schaff.
Good evening, everyone. So I just wanted to give an update, since we haven't had a meeting for the last couple of months, on some of the progress that's been made in the interim since our last meeting. The board has issued two requests for proposals, one for legal services. That request for proposals closed on the 19th of December. We received 2 responses. I have provided those 2 responses to our members for their review and consideration on whether they want to select either one of those proposals or if they want to reissue the request. We also have an open, active request for proposal for investigative services that closes on the 16th. And going forward in 2026, we are likely going to be issuing 2 additional RFPs, one for mediation services and one for a surveying community feedback service program. We are also making progress on staffing our office. We have received approximately 30 applications for our confidential secretary. Those applications have been reviewed and narrowed with membership input and feedback to a small group to do initial interviews. I've provided the candidates that were selected to the clerk's office, and I'm waiting on the clerk to schedule the first round interviews in coordination with the Common Council and the candidates. We also have investigative applications that we received. Initially, we received 3, but earlier this week, I received an additional 22. So I'm going to review those applications as well and provide them to members for input so we can narrow that list to get initial group of interviews. And our senior investigators, we've only received 2 applications for that role. However, I have reasons to believe that some of the investigator applicants may be qualified to be our senior investigator. I encourage anybody that's looking to join the board as an employee or to join the city as an employee to go to the city's website and look for our job postings. All of the interviews will be conducted in coordination with the Common Council and board membership. In addition to that, we issued a survey at the beginning of December to get some community input on how to address our complaint backlog, and a similarly connected but somewhat unrelated matter on membership qualifications. That survey is open until the 15th of this month. I encourage everyone to provide feedback. If you look at our agenda for this evening's meeting, the survey link is listed in the agenda as well as on our website. Finally, I want to discuss our complaint statuses. Currently, there are 90 complaints that are pending board member action. Out of those 90 complaints, 45 of them are beyond the 120-day legally mandated review period of 40 contained in the law governing the police board. The other 45 are less than 120 days old. 20 of those 45 are beyond 60 days, but less than 120 days and will need to be reviewed before our March meeting. We will have an additional 15 that will need to be reviewed before our April meeting. The remainder of the complaints can be reviewed in our April or subsequent meetings to that. I have no other updates. Are there any questions from the members? Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. Additionally to the public, in regards to the survey, I would like to express our apologies to some extent and promise that as we move forward, we'll ensure that our rollout and inclusiveness is improved. Our effort is to get better every day, so the survey is one of those areas that we'll do better to garner public engagement. As we move forward, I'd like to welcome our new members and give them an opportunity to introduce themselves or say something on behalf. We'll start with Board Member Hamilton. Welcome. Anything you want to say?
That's for the review of the complaint?
No, I was just saying welcome if there's anything you want to say about your joining the board initially.
It's a lot of work, and we're here to get the work done. We appreciate the public's support. We also hope the press can lend support by offering, evidence-based reporting, and we're here to help the city. That's it. We're not here for aggrandizement or for any other purpose. We're really here to help the community and help this board move. And I'm glad that I was appointed Common Council. The mayor also has appointees, and we all work together. That's the point. I was reading a statement a little bit earlier that Mr. Murdoch had put forward at the October 8th meeting about people having disagreements, and that disagreements are okay in the spirit of Dr. Alice Green, but it has to lead somewhere, right? Disagreement for the sake of disagreement isn't going to get anything resolved. So thank you for your support, and we're here to get the job done.
Thank you so much. Board Member Logan.
Hello, thank you. My name is Michael Logan. Thank you for having me on the board. I'm here to ensure that fairness and equality is spread amongst both parts of the community, and to give an open mind to the roles that we serve, and to make sure that the board is seen in a positive light. And it's inclusive of all members of the community. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Board Member Singletary.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here and look forward to my service.
Thank you so much. And Board Member Morris. Thank you for that. At this time, I move that we enter executive session to discuss priority and sensitive board members matters. Can I get a second? but I'll read it. I move to enter executive session to discuss matters leading to the appointment, employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, or removal of a particular person or persons. Can I get a second? Seconded by Victor. Or board members who approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? With that, we will move into executive session, and we'll let everyone know when we finish. For that, my apologies. We also do need the room cleared at this time. Thank you so much. We will be sure to notify everybody as soon as possible when you can return, and we appreciate you coming. Check 1, 2. Officer Ben Peterson, can you say something? Can you hear us? Signs of life, please.
How are you guys?
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, moving forward, we will start our new business. Oh, yeah, moved it in the executive session. Can I get a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? All right, good to go. We are back. And as we talk about new business, our board has assumed the position of not making any nominations. We're going to postpone our candidate nominations for the foreseeable future until we decide that we're able to move forward and allow all board members the opportunity to weigh in regards to our representation. So there will not be candidate nominations tonight. Secondly, there's the December 18th officer-involved shooting in which we have been in touch with AP leadership, which is very much appreciated. I do want to mention that the chief specifically made sure to reach out and keep in contact with us, as well as other members from APD. Very much appreciated. And as that is still a work in progress, we will keep an eye on that and manage it. Does anybody have any updates or anything they'd like to say about that? Yes, I wasn't able to attend the viewing. Is there a board member who was able to attend the viewing that can speak to that meeting and what that looked like?
I'll start. We went over to APD headquarters. There was also a change in leadership at APD, so we got to meet them. They showed us the body cam, or the street footage of the incident, because the body cam footage wasn't activated at the time. And they showed us evidence of what happened and what the chief said prior to what happened of the event of the person who shot at the officer and how the officers returned fire. So it was good for us to meet the new people and just get a chance to see what happened at the scene.
During that viewing, we were able to monitor I'm talking about the incident where we went to the precincts to. Right, yeah, I got it. Right, yeah, because they weren't able to give us a lot of answers because they hadn't finished their investigation. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you so much. Anyone else?
I think the board is going to wait to the review, and when we come to a conclusion, we'll have a statement then.
Thank you so much. We will now move on to our review of complaints, the first being case number CC 2025-016, and this review was completed by member Malik Dare. Mr. Dare, take it away.
So complaint CC 2025-016, received on May 19, 2025, assigned to Detective Adalian. There were 3 detectives that were in surveillance at Lancaster Street when the complainant approached the detectives in their car and asked them to identify themselves. All the detectives acknowledged that they did not identify themselves. However, they explained to the complainant that they were in the middle of active surveillance related to a homicide investigation. Because of the nature of the surveillance, the detectives did not identify themselves, but one of the detectives stated that the complainant had addressed them by their name through the car. And in that investigation, OPS found that all 3 detectives be exonerated for failure to identify themselves, and I concur with the finding. Any questions?
Is the complainant present and would like to provide any comments or questions? So can you restate the allegations as listed in the complaint?
Sorry, what was the question?
The allegation,
It was failure to identify themselves. I think that them investigating a homicide investigation and being in the car and the complainant already addressing them by name.
okay, and are you making a motion for our board to accept that? If there's any questions from any other board members? So you making a motion to accept the findings on behalf of the board?
Correct.
Do you have a second? All in agreement, say aye.
Quick discussion on that, I'm sorry, after that. Is there any procedure to that? Meaning, they said they didn't identify themselves because they were under an active investigation or something, but what the actual procedure for that is in terms of if that's accurate?
Ben, is that something that they're required to do while on that?
So I can read our policy in regards to identification. Sworn personnel shall carry their badges in official department photo identification at all times, except when impractical or dangerous to their safety or an investigation. And then I'll let Detective Adalian, actually on this call, let him jump in with regards to his actual findings for this investigation. Tim, if you're on. I apologize, everyone. This was before I started over here, so I don't have the exact summary for that investigation.
So these detectives were actually investigating a homicide, and they didn't want their presence known for obviously not only safety reasons, but that would compromise their investigation that they were doing surveillance on somebody that they were watching if they got out of their vehicles or had contact with this individual who was requesting to speak with them.
Thank you so much.
I'm good.
You said you're good?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay. Any other questions for board members or points of discussion? So we'll do it again. You're making a motion to accept the findings?
Yep.
I just want to start over. I wasn't sure. Victor, you second again?
I second.
All right, cool. Everybody in favor of accepting the recommendation, say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passes. Thank you so much. Moving forward, we are back with Mr. Dare for case CC 2025-017.
The complaint was received on April 14, 2025, and it was assigned to Detective Adalian again. The complainant asked an officer to identify himself, and based on the supervisor's inquiry report provided by the lieutenant, the officer provided his badge number but did not provide his name. The supervisor's report also stated that the lieutenant ordered the officer to review policy on this issue and provide the officer with training on how to respond to questions of this nature. And then OPS found the detective of ineffective policy or training for failure to identify, and I concur with the finding.
Sounds good. Does any board member have any questions or anything that they want to discuss about the case? Moving forward, we have a motion on the table to accept the findings as found with APD.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you so. Yeah, all new voices here. And Mr. Dare, third time's the charm. Please, case number CC 2025-025.
Complaint was received on May 19, 2025, assigned to Detective Adalian. The complainant addressed the officer by name and then asked him to identify himself. The officer failed to identify himself. However, the officer was in uniform where his name and badge were visible. And the supervisor's inquiry report states that the officer initially identified himself but stopped responding once the complainant continued to ask and followed him around the building. The officer concluded that he does identify himself on all calls for service and police-initiated actions. OPS found the detective of ineffective policy or training for failure to identify, and I concur with the finding.
Sounds good. Does any board member have any questions or concerns? With that, making a motion to accept the findings in agreement with APD. Do we have a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you so much. And last, but certainly not least, please don't run away. Warren, it's your turn. Give us about 30 seconds. Board Member Hamilton will be right back, so we're going to jump around in the agenda really quick. So we're going to move to complaints for closure without review. And primarily, I'll read off the cases, and I'll also read why. They're for various reasons, and we want to make sure that everyone in the public understands why we're closing these cases without review. For the first is Albany Sheriff's complaint. There's no APD involvement. Sometimes we get referrals and complaints about officers that are not within our jurisdiction and not under our purview, which counts as the Sheriff's Office and others. Second, case CC 2025-042, which was withdrawn. Case CC 2025-063 was withdrawn. CC 2025-068 was withdrawn. CC 2025-071 was withdrawn. CC 2025-073 was withdrawn. Garrett, help me out. What's DH stand for? Gotcha. DH complainant, it was referred to the Albany Neighborhood Engagement Unit. DW was the name of the complainant. There was no APD involved. JH complainant, referred to the New York State Police and Warren County Sheriff's Office. MC complainant, referred to New York State Police. MS complainant, referred to New York State Police, Albany County Sheriff's Office, and Waterville Police Department. QC complaint, referred to Albany County Jail. RB complaint, referred to Waterville Police Department. And RS complaint, there is no APD involvement. Now, we're going to jump back into our case review. And Board Member Hamilton, if you're ready.
Thank you. Sorry.
Oh, 1 second. Oh, yeah, absolutely right. So with that review of the cases that are going to be closed without review, does any board member have any questions or any motions to discuss? With that, I'll make the motion to move to close these complaints. Can I get a second?
Second.
Logan seconds. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Sounds good. Thank you so much. And now, Board Member Hamilton, the case that you have up for review, CC 2025-047. Take it away.
Yes, you already have the case number. Thank you. The allegations of misconduct are that a young lady was getting on a highway in this area, and she saw 3 police officers detaining a black man, and she just thought there was going to be problems. So she just felt it was way too much, that it was overkill, and in her words, highly aggressive behavior. And so the specific allegations were call handling, aggressive response. The heart of the matter is, I guess, police in different jurisdictions, they support each other, they do backup. Everyone have seen police officers when they pull someone over, if they can, there's more than one car there as backup. So that's what the woman witnessed, and I did review the camera footage, audio, etc. It did not look out of line to me. She was probably correct that the driver would be nervous under such circumstances, and we all probably would be nervous, but it definitely did not seem like over-aggressive policing. So the first finding of call handling aggressive response, I say exonerated, and that was for both officers on the scene. That's my finding, is that I concur and that would be exonerated. Any
Gotcha.
questions?
I do have a question. I do notice that in your thing, someone asked if that was standard operating procedure and what the response and backup look like. Is there a standard operating procedure, or is there a rule of thumb, or is it as needed? I'm just not clear on that.
Yeah, I can speak to that. So as far as traffic stops go and assisting other agencies, you know, we assist other agencies and back them up in a range of situations, especially with the matter that there's several other police agencies that have jurisdiction in the city. So I'd say it's common courtesy. It's good safety practice for APD officers to stop by on traffic stops when they see, you know, another officer from an agency alone. And then as far as a standard operating procedure or general order in regards to, you know, mutual aid with other agencies, you know, when we start talking about pre-planned operations with other agencies, that's decisions that are made at the command level. But that's not the case for this incident.
I have a question for you. What is the standard operation procedure when a civilian stops to see what's going on?
So are you in reference to this case?
Yes.
The
Yes.
person didn't stop. They kept driving.
Oh, they kept driving?
Yeah, they just saw it and they witnessed it and they were like looking and said, "Oh my God, I'm gonna call this in." So no, they never stopped.
It was really no nature of a complaint.
No,
I'm
she just
asking.
felt concerned. She thought it was aggressive, and as a
Okay.
citizen, she just felt that, you know, can you do more with our police services than just sit there and make this guy nervous? So there was not a lot there. She just felt concerned and wanted to say something to somebody.
Okay. But what is that procedure? If somebody does stop, and what is the procedure that the officers would take?
Yeah, I mean, in regards, so that's not the case for what we're discussing now, but I'd say if it were and someone were to stop, as long as they're not interfering with our operations, you know, people are more than welcome to watch.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have any questions about this case or concerns? Well, we thank the complainant for submitting and allowing us the opportunity to look in and explore and learn more about standard operating procedures. It helps us all moving forward. With that, Board Member Hamilton, you're moving to accept the findings of APD?
Yes.
Sounds good. Can I get a second?
Second.
Victor? All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? With that, I will make the move to adjourn. Can I get a second for adjournment?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Sounds good. With that, we will end tonight's meeting. Thank you all so much for attending, and please stay on the lookout for everything we have coming up. Like and subscribe.